last time I was pretending to be Danny. We're still getting used to this whole I'm a real person thing. It's awesome. If you see movement next to me, I am here again with Nuffle. Holly's also on the bed too, but they're currently chilled out, aren't you? Are you chilled out? Well, you were chilled out. He was chilled out. He's now wagging his bum and trying to annoy his sister. Anyway, it's nice to see you all again. And I'm going to talk to you today about DID and memory loss, which is a really big thing for us because it validates us. Like, you have no idea how much, like myself and Danny in particular, and Danielle, oh my god, Danielle is so relieved, that we, I know. So we have dissociative amnesia. It's a real thing. Now, genuinely, we thought that we were just really, really forgetful. And we have often been accused of being flaky and a bit scatty and not all there. And so some people would see us as this really flaky, scatty person. Guys, come on. Filming. And other times we'd be really, really punctual and serious and remember everything and super organised. So the difference in the two, and with it being so dynamic and so just astoundingly different, it just made us look really unreliable. And it's not that we're unreliable at all. It's just you're talking to different people who have literally access to different memories. So I don't have all the same memories as Danny. Danny doesn't have all the same memories as me. Same with Anita and Sonia and Hope. We're all different. So depending on who it is that's there, we'll remember. But once we leave, the person that comes back doesn't have access to what we've just experienced. That makes sense. So the best way I can describe it is like we remember events, we don't necessarily remember the details. So if we've been on a night out with friends, when we're there, we're aware of what's going on. You know, we know what's going on, we will talk, we will communicate. Once we leave, we won't be able to recall what's actually happened in complete detail. So we'll be like, well, we did this and then we did that and then, did we do that? What did we talk about? Not sure. So you can give vague estimates. So it's kind of like if you've watched like an entire season of your favourite show, but the only parts you can remember are those previously on thing. That's how it is for us. Sorry, it's moving stuff that Nuffle's messed up. So we only remember those parts. And we have often been accused by friends or in past relationships of withholding information on purpose, which we don't do. It'll just be that, you know, maybe a couple hours, days, months later, we'll suddenly remember, oh my god, yeah, this happened. And it's not that we withheld it from you. We haven't been lying to you. It's just the person that you asked didn't have access to that information. And for whatever reason, be it a trigger or that person happens to be there, or they were co-conscious with that person and they was like, oh yeah, I did this with that person, don't you remember? It's like, no, I didn't want to do that with that person. Why would you do that? Because, you know, we have those things. So sometimes Daniel will be like, well, we did this. I'm not sure why we did this, or why I would let that happen, or why I chose to do that, and X, Y, and Z. And it'll be because Danny didn't choose to do that. You know, I chose to do it. So Danny is often, I remember like previously, she would go off into what was referred to as Dannyland. Hi, I'm Dannyland. I'm the alter that comes out where Danny's off in Dannyland because I'm awesome, to be fair, but I am happy all the time. The rest of the collective say that I'm stupidly optimistic, a little bit naive, because nothing bad's ever happened to me. I love everything, and I'm fascinated by everything. I am friends with everyone, and whenever we get to go out and mingle with people, I am the extrovert of our collective. I like to go out and socialise, I like to meet people, I like nights out, I want to go and just do everything. I love life. I just want to be out there doing it all. So if Danny's in a really bad place and she gets dragged out for a night out with her friends, it's not Danny that goes on the night out, it's me. I want to go out and do those things. And I will look really happy and fine in those photos because I am. as miserable as she was, or whatever was upsetting her in the situation that she was in, doesn't upset me because I'm not aware of it. So we literally have those amnesic blocks between us so we can function. Without those, we would be a wreck all the time because all the bad stuff would just be around, and literally takes a long time to get through that. So my role of the system is to keep us social, keep us functioning, keep us happy. And I think I do a pretty damn good job of doing that, to be fair. Don't I, Niffle? So it's not that Danny's lying to people. It's not that she's withholding information. She genuinely doesn't remember. She hasn't got access to that knowledge. Even worse when Scarlet comes out. Because Scarlet's a bit, not mean, that'd be the wrong word. But she can be angry. She can be a bit passive aggressive. She can be outright aggressive as well at times. But she will do and say things that Danny wouldn't do. At times where Danny wouldn't do them. So when it looks like Danny's doing something to get back at someone, Danny isn't. It's not who Danny is. It's not who I am. We're not those people at all. Scarlet is. And these amnesic blocks and the memory blocks, they're no excuses at all. It's a genuine disorder. It's amnesic, dissociative amnesia. So yeah, and one interesting thing about the time loss is, well, it's literally that, it's time loss. So whichever one is out, is aware that the time is happening. I'm sorry, Danny's coming back through now. No. Sorry. Sorry. Anita's coming through. So with the time loss, you literally lose track of time, and we won't know precisely like how much time has passed. We'll be like, you could just be sat in a room watching TV or scrolling through like your Facebook feed or whatever it is that you're doing, and then suddenly you look up and you're like, whoa, I've just lost 2 hours. What have I been doing all this time? And you're still the one that was doing it. Well, the body was. It's just someone else has done something, and you might find that you're having like a warm brew with you because you've gone up and made a drink at that time. But it's all stuff that you would have done in that time, so you won't miss it. You can't recall it. You can't account for it. But you were in your house, you were scrolling through Facebook, you clearly zoned out and lost track of time. Happens to everyone, right? Doesn't it? With us, it can be minutes, hours, days, months, where some of us won't remember things that have happened. As Luna mentioned earlier, sorry, I've been listening in, which is why the voice was going a bit funny earlier for Luna. Is that with she's coming back. So with like I've completely lost my train of thought now. This is my own fault for coming through on Luna's thing. She's gonna be really pissed at me. I was trying to explain like the time loss part, because she was on about the amnesia, which is really useful stuff to know. It's really useful shit. But like, it's the time loss from our perspective that can be really distressful, especially for Danny. Because, people will tell her things, and she'll think it's only happened recently, whereas it hadn't. It happened like a couple of days ago or a few months ago, but she hasn't been out, so that she hasn't been aware that the time has passed. Usually, the majority of the time we're co-conscious, which means that one of us is around all the time. So you're usually talking to two people if you're talking to us. It's generally me and Danny, or me and Luna, or me and Luna and Danny, or Danny and Luna. The three of us are like the main hosts, I guess, of the system. So she'll be aware that stuff has happened, but not the time. She won't be aware that the time has passed. So things and events will suddenly spring upon her. So birthdays will suddenly arrive. Christmas will suddenly arrive. If something bad has happened, it seems like she's remembering it for like weeks or months afterwards. And to her, it may have only just happened. She may have only had like 2 weeks worth of time actually at the front to deal with it, when in fact 2-3 months had passed, which makes stressful situations, so diagnoses of things, relationship issues, arguments, breakups, things like that, quite difficult for her to deal with, because she deals with them a lot longer because the rest of us are functioning to make sure that we're doing stuff. And she comes back through. So yeah, I just wanted to point out the time loss thing. Of Luna explained it really well from our point of view, the amnesia and the reloss, and why we can appear really scatty. But I just wanted to explain to you from our perspective anyway, that we lose that time. So the one of us that isn't fronting or co-fronting, it's like we're asleep. I just wanted to explain that. So I basically put the video back on. So it's going to switch back now into Luna saying bye. I don't know where we're going to put this part in the editing. Bit, because I was watching the video back through and going, dude, you missed this part. Like, you know, there were notes and everything, and you just can't give Luna freaking notes. Because she just goes off on one and does her own thing regardless. It's like dealing with a teenager. She's older than a teenager. She's in her 20s, but still, it's really annoying when you want to try and do stuff and get shit done, because she's like fucks off into her own little world. I'm going on a rant. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I'm Anita. Hi. I would be the gatekeeper. I might actually do a video here just to explain how I am while I'm here and doing shit. So yeah, back to Luna, who's going to explain a bit more about DID and amnesia. Bye. Yeah. You know, we don't remember because we have these blocks, which is great for how we function, because it means that whatever's upset or triggered one of us isn't going to necessarily affect the other. Not all of us remember stuff. If we're co-conscious, then the memories can filter through and we can pass information on. We've not really learned how to do that properly yet. We're starting, we're trying, we're getting there. But, you know, we were only officially diagnosed like a couple of months ago. Maybe a few weeks ago. Time's a bit of a weird concept. I only know how long I've been out for, and sometimes I'm not out for a month. So, you know, I'll be really upset that we're no longer doing something anymore. You know, and I would only just find out about it. The thing may have happened 2 months ago. I only found out, so to me it's like it was yesterday. Same thing with the rest of us. So time is funny with the amnesic blocks, is we don't remember. We genuinely don't remember. And, you know, we're sorry to the people that think that we're trying to pull one over on them. Never says hi. There you say hi. There you go. You say hi. Yes, you do. He likes to say hi on the videos, don't you? Yes, you do. You know, so it's not like we're trying to pull one over on you. We're not. So anyone that has DID, if they say they can't remember, chances are they genuinely don't. We don't have access to that memory, or you're talking to the wrong one. Danny will often say now, different me, different version of me. That's how she sounds. I can mimic Danny's voice relatively well. Yeah, she'll be like, it's a different version of me. I don't remember. She might remember a bit later on, and then she'll feel bad for not remembering. The only time where the memory's really, really good is when Danielle's out. Danielle's memory is fantastic. She's super organised, and she should be. You know, she's the one that's all got like the really good career and everything. You know, she remembers everything with her clients. And I remember looking at one of the to-do lists, and it was like, write a report for this dog. And I was like, I have no idea who that dog is. We had a consultation with them, like literally a couple of days before. I couldn't tell you what breed that dog was. Usually I can do bits of the reports, I can reply to emails so I can get some of the stuff done. I can't do the techie side of things that Danielle can do, but I can make a start on things. Same thing with Anita. I couldn't tell you anything about them. I had her notes, but I couldn't picture who it was. And when we have it times like that, we're really aware of how different this is. So this is just a really short chat thing about me, talking about memory stuff and how it is a thing with DID. And if you've ever felt that the person with DID in your life is lying to you, or if they're withholding information, or that they have gone out and done something and they don't remember doing it and have suddenly told you later on that something's happened, it will be just as distressing to them to remember that incident as it will be for you hearing it, because they wouldn't have remembered. They're not manipulating you. It's not intentional. And the person that you think is being intentionally manipulative or hurtful towards you genuinely isn't. It's the other one of them, or they are genuinely forgetful. So it's not an excuse, but it is a valid reason. So I'd love to hear how memory affects anyone else that has DID. If you don't have DID and you're forgetful, I'd love to know a bit more, because I don't know what's normal memory now. If you go out for a meal with your friends, the next day, can you remember your conversation? How much of the conversation can you remember? Do you remember it in a lot of detail, bits of detail? Because I don't really remember anything. I can sometimes remember topics, not words. Not unless I'm very emotional or I've got someone else listening at the same time. So, I'm Danny. No, I'm not. I'm Luna. I'm so used to pretending to be her. This is going to take a while to get used to. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I'm so used to just being Danny all the time. It's really awesome to actually be me. And I remember when Dr. Mike kind of validated that I'm real. It was awesome. I'm still getting used to that. Okay, so I will leave you to it. And yeah, we'll have more videos up as we start finding out stuff, and as I want to start doing them, because there's so many that I want to do. Because I spent years pretending to be someone that I'm not. Mostly because I didn't realise I was real. And it's awesome that I am. Because I'm really cool. And for the most people that have met Danny, it's me. It's generally me that you're talking to. So make sure me and Anita. So yeah. Nice seeing you all again. I hope you got something out of this and learned a little bit either about us or just a bit about memory loss. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.